Hey folks, John Canode here from Ormond Beach, Florida. A couple of years ago, I built this table for my client, and it's been sitting out in the weather and taking a beating. So they asked me if I would refinish it for them. So that's what we're in the process of doing today. We've used some filler to fill in some spaces where the wood had shrank quite a bit. And we're working on belt sanding it and using a DA on it. And we're gonna strip the sucker all the way down to the cedar planks and refinish it. So when using a belt sander, you gotta keep it moving. I'm using a 36 grit roll on it, and you've got to keep the sander moving, otherwise it'll dig a hole in that wood quicker than you expect. So this thing's got about 5 layers of clear on it, and you can feel the difference when you've sanded off the clear and you start hitting the wood. It starts to feel different. So you got to learn the feel of the sander, and most important thing is don't let it go, because it'll just keep going until it runs out of cord. All right. All right, folks, so we have got the table and benches sanded down. We started out with the really aggressive belt sander, 40 grit, and went to the orbital DA, and then we hand sanded it so that we could take out all the DA marks. I did use the belt sander with 120 to do a final sanding, going with the grain of the wood, and then I hit it with a hand sander. So now we're using some stain, like in a pen, to darken the Bondo. And then we'll put some clear on it. All right, folks, John Canode here from Ormond Beach, Florida. Today we are going to put the clear on the table. We're doing it over at the client's house because they have a large patio roof to do it under. It's going to take probably 24 hours for it to tack up and dry. So it needs to be under a roof. So we got to come to the store here, hardware store here at B&B, where I love to come, and get a really good paintbrush and some mineral spirits. So let's go do that. All right, this is good stuff for the paintbrush cleaner. Good paintbrush. Down to it. All right, folks, we got the tabletop cleared, and we're gonna let it set up for a day. Then we'll set it on its base, which is right there, and then we'll take care of the benches. Hopefully tomorrow, and get this thing wrapped up. All right, folks, so it's the next day, and we've come over to check out the table, see how it turned out. It's needing another coat. So that's what we're gonna do. I've got a little bit of air that came up through the wood. So I'm gonna block it down a little bit and put another coat on it. And then tomorrow we will mount it on the frame and take care of the benches. All right, folks, so we got the second coat done. It looks pretty good. Hopefully 2 coats will be enough for it. I think it will. Hello folks, John Canode here from Ormond Beach, Florida. We are working on the benches now. We're putting the first coat on. With this clear, you want to go nice and slow with a really heavy brush. Because if you don't go slow, you will get air bubbles and lines. And you want to go nice and uniformed all the way down the wood grain of each panel. Always go with the grain, nice and peaceful. We'll have to do a second coat tomorrow. It'll soak it up. All right, folks, it's the next day and we have finished putting the second coat on the benches. We blocked it down with some sandpaper and just got done putting the second coat of clear on it. So this table is done. Had a little rain this morning, but this is the finished product of the table. Looks absolutely beautiful. Very pleased with it. I think the owners will be too.